are you? What do you want?
We've met before, you know.
Ah, right. This old head is worse than a sieve with a hole in it. The thoughts just seem to slip right through.
Yes, that seems to be a fair assessment. Rocha says he bought your pig fair and square, but you forgot about it.
Me? Sell Daisy? How dare he? But let me think a moment. I'm starting to recall. I wondered where I got that pig from. Oh, no. I'm such an old fool.
Very well. We're done here.
Hey, come back. What if I did sell Daisy to that roaches feller, so what? He'll be fine without her, but I won't. Please, bring Daisy back to me. She's my only friend. What a stinker. Luggy seed. Swindled an old man. Dirty lumberjacks.
Who showed those archaeologists the way? Was it Miller? Who else? I refuse to give us
It's suspiciously quiet here, and too barren. The only good troll is a dead troll. That Sylvain knows something about hiding a piece of paper.
Want a piece of this? Where did he go next? Damned if I know.
Bludgeon, old boy. I've got that document you wanted.
Impressive. You clearly know your business.
I also found out what sort of a document this is. I know what you're up to.
Figured it out, eh? Well, good for you. If you want gold for your trouble, you'll have it. Legend is a man of his word. Never fear.
What about Goof and the refugees? How are they supposed to eat?
Easy. I'll send my men to the refugee camp to take care of their trifling little troubles. Goof will get everything he needs. Come join me up here. Give me the deed and I'll tell you what I need the land for. I think you'll be interested in the details. Anyway, it's not like you have any other options. This is my lair, and you're not walking out of here without my say-so. You made the right choice. This land should be in the hands of someone who knows its true value.
What value? You didn't go to all that trouble for a few vegetable patches and pine trees.
Long ago, this was the borderland between Marcella and the Southern Jukes. So they built a fortress to defend Marcella from the south. It had an entrance to the catacombs. If worst came to worst, the garrison could make a run straight for Marcella.
So you want something from the catacombs?
Right you are. It holds a cache of weapons and armor and handy magical doodads. It might even contain some of Archmage Nevedis' own creations. Thankfully, everyone forgot about it after the War of Maximus. Centuries have passed, and now these riches have no owner but the man who claims them. With this document, I'm the owner of the land where the entrance to the catacombs can be found. That means everything inside them is now mine by law.
Impressive. Would you mind if I take a quick look inside?
No problem at all. Stop by Goof's place on your way and give him my best regards. He may be a rascal, but I'm glad he sent you to me. Right. I forgot to mention, send a few of my boys to scout out the catacombs, but never heard back from them. Maybe they took the loot for themselves and set sail for Windyport. Who can tell with these scoundrels? Right. I forgot to mention, maybe they...
Where is my weapon?
Vincent is late.
I can't wait. Well, you're here pretty soon.
Where do we go next? Damned if I know. Are you satisfied now? Yes, I am.
What are you coughing about, Gramps? Goof has provided for you.
Ingrates!
Come on.
Goof, please talk to him. The people are hungry.
This is my camp, and no one here is hungry. Got it?
Are you satisfied now? Yes, I am.
Bludgeon sends his best.
Thank you. Hey, and thanks for your help. We got enough food to last us a good long while.
Bludgeon's men are still hanging around the camp, I see. I don't think Mercy is going to care for that.
Don't fret your linens about that. Mercia has no say in anything anymore. I'm in charge now. We combed through our belongings and found something valuable. I'm sure it's worth quite a pile. The sick have been thrown out. The women and brats, too. Now we'll live like kings. The fewer to feed, the better the cheer. Brigands! In our camp! Is this your doing?
Set aside your righteousness for a moment. The food supply problem has been solved.
Do you understand that you've put us in debt to a brigand leader? We, the best craftsmen in Nostria. What next? Will he send these hapless refugees to ambush travelers? Or arm them with axes and force them to attack merchants?
Beat starving to death.
Perhaps. But for now I must leave the camp. These people were relying on my help. What did I get them into? Ugh, I should have left earlier. Who knows? Maybe I could have saved her.
Norman? Norman! What happened at the mage factory?
What difference does it make now? I should have told you immediately. Then maybe our souls wouldn't be in hock to these brigands. I will warn you first. I haven't a clue what happened there. But I know who you should look for. Listen. The guards often let outsiders in for a fee. There were visitors that night, too. Ulogi knows what they were doing there, but it seems there was some kind of explosion. The way to the main gate was blocked. We were attacked by, I don't know, monsters. I never saw anything like them before. It was a massacre. Fortunately, I knew where to run. I managed to save myself and the others.
Is that all?
Find Titus, a centurion from the mage factory. I'm sure that blackguard knows far more than I do. I know not who he answers to, nor who paid him. But when everyone bolted for the gates, neither Titus nor his guards were there. He left everyone behind to be torn apart. He knew what was going to happen, and fled. It's his fault.
Don't you think this Titus fellow was simply afraid? You too ran without looking back.
Yes, I ran. While my wife stayed there in the magic shop. She was on the night shift, you see, while I slept. I left her. Not a day, not an hour has passed that I do not think about her. But while we wandered, all these people needed my help. I couldn't leave them either. But now I'm going back to find her. And no quarantine will keep me away. Mark my words. Look for Titus and his cowardly guards. I have nothing more to tell you.
At least they won't be hungry.
Yeah, sure. Come closer.
That's what matters.
That goof has a brilliant mind. He threw out all the sick and chased away the crying women. Merciful quiet. Then we've got the highway right nearby. And the dead. You're gonna be a hundred. Mind the stall there.
What do we do now?
Oh. What happens if only some of your chicks are found?
That means nothing good for me. My contract with the kitchen stipulates an exact number of birds. If I'm even one chick short, I'm done for. What do we do now?
are you doing here? Why are the floors still dirty?
It's not my fault, my lady.
More of your excuses.
There's no water in the well.
Excuses?
See for yourself.
Liar.
Just take a look. It's gone dry.
Oh, you impudent.
I've seen you somewhere
What
before.
are you doing here? Why are the floors still dirty?
It's not my fault, my lady.
More of this.
Oh, beauty of beauty. Would you like to go for a walk?
A what? Well,
Loyal subjects of the king, in the name of his royal majesty, King Claudius, son... from the threat of deadly plague that poisons the air and land of the Mage Factory. Be wary and be vigilant.
Careful!
For these virtues go hand in hand. Keep your family safe. For death by plague is long
I
and
demand
full
to be
of
let into
suffering.
the Citadel.
Entrance is forbidden to anyone not on this list.
It's from the front stoop. Oh, Creator, is there no one who can help me?
May his will be unhindered. Furthermore, the forecast by Archbishop...
Damn immigrants.
Wait a moment. As I recall, you were sent by Prince Adrian. Isn't that right?
Yes. What of it?
There's this delicate business, and its resolution would serve the interests of the crown. Flavius the Wisecracker is missing. He's no ordinary man, but a courtier acting as an assistant to the king, the prince, and the royal counselor Montier himself. Flavius writes their speeches, you see, and the text of their decrees. That man handles words with the agility of a juggler. The magistrates find him very useful indeed. But Flavius has been missing for 3 days now, and I need him urgently. Business of utmost royal importance, I assure you.
Have you searched the taverns? He's probably propped up against a barrel of mead, gathering his strength for a new piece.
He's not particularly young. He recently mentioned he's about to begin his most significant work yet. He spoke of some inconceivable revelations. He seemed agitated as well. He was mumbling something about a swan song, a terrible truth, planning to visit some ancient ruins. I've known Flavius for a long time. Please, find him if you can and bring him back to Marcella. The magistrature will pay you for your trouble, of course.
We replaced the crystal, but the mana's draining away. What are we doing wrong?
Geomancy-wise, nothing. Is it a problem with the sigils?
I don't think so. It's like...
Could the world be running out of mana?
That's impossible. Mana is an endless resource.
Not everyone thinks so.
Do you believe in that blight nonsense too?
No, bless your soul. But it would explain a lot of things.
Ah, it's you. Congratulations on your release. Has common sense prevailed after all?
Do we know each other?
My name is Gladrin, retired Assistant Chief Justice. The way you were treated is an outrage. To send a person to Crucis without due process. You were accused of poisoning the king, weren't you?
I've been accused of all manner of things.
Had a thorough investigation been conducted, I'm sure we would have uncovered the true assassins, and justice would have prevailed. For once. Ah, it's you. Congratulations.
Do we know?
My name, though you were accused of...
We replaced the crystal.
Someone once told me about the defense of Marcella. It'd be nice to read how it actually happened.
Hyde Park is wonderful.
Nothing I haven't seen. Could have just died some regular chickens.
We replaced the crystal, but the mana's draining away. What are we doing wrong?
My dear friend, it pains me to see this. What's going on around us?
What do you mean? The epidemic?
Not the epidemic itself. Rather, the soul-crushing powerlessness demonstrated by the authorities.
What are you proposing? A rebellion? Overthrowing the tyrant?
No. My indignation doesn't quite burn that hard. I'd rather have a glass of good wine.
We replaced the crystal, but the mana's draining away. What are we doing wrong?
I've seen you at the tavern quite often lately. Didn't you just get married last month?
Did you hear about the war in Lorien?
What's Lorien got to do with anything?
My wife is a native of Lorien. When that whole mess began, she moved her entire family here.
So you're living under the same roof as your mother-in-law.
Worse, in the same room, there's a partition.
Yeah, that sounds awful enough. For Lorien, I mean. Hey!
I've seen you at the tavern quite often.
Who's that?
Loyal subjects of the king, in the name of his royal majesty, King Claudius, sovereign of Nostria, defender of the realm, the citizens of this noble city.
I demand to be let into the citadel.
Entrance is forbidden to any...
Are you from the citadel? Where are you headed?
I just came from there. What's this about?
I am Gilda Crespin. My son Albert went to the Mage Factory and never returned. It was right around the time of the disaster.
The Mage Factory is locked down because of the quarantine. Surely you know this.
Oh, if only someone would hear me out. Yesterday, I was approached by some suspicious people who asked about my son. They said Albert had recently been seen near the Mage's Tower.
Now that is a different matter. He might be an important witness to the events at Montpatrie.
If you see my Albert, pray tell him his dear mother is in a state of righteous outrage and demands he return home at once. That serpent Ursula bewitched him. First she compelled him to marry her, now she's lured him to the other end of the country. Oh. Find my Albert, and tell that wicked wench Ursula she doesn't deserve my son.
Loyal subjects of the king, in the name of his royal majesty, King Claudius, sovereign of
Somebody save me!
What's going on here? Who's that in the cage?
We caught a thief is all. Little Weasel's been stealing food from our cellar. Says he's Hugo, Harsh George's son. That's the headman of Rickville. Believe it or not, the boy begged me not to tell his father. We should tell George about this sneak. That man knows how to solve a problem. Me, I'd hand him over to the guards, but let's see what George says first.
If the headman is your father, why do you fear him so much?
Look, Dad found me a cushy job in the magistrate's office in the capital. But I shirked my duties, so they fired me. I was too afraid to return home. My father's awful strict. He beat me into a whole new shape. So I became a vagabond and ended up stealing food because I was so hungry.
What do you propose? That I set you free?
Give this medallion to my mama. Her name's Cora. She'll know what to do. Help me out and I'll give you something nice. You have my word.
We must summon my eagles.
What about summoning some pigeons? They're about to escape with all our goods. What'll I tell Bludgeon? I'm already falling behind.
So you work for him too? So that's where that crate full of weapons was headed, you bandit?
I'm no bandit. I'll have you know I'm a smuggler. If you're such a legalist, why did you hire me?
I was following my mistress's order. She needs the ingredients badly.
They'll find all your herbs and dump them in the river or in the fire. And you're just playing with people's heads, you idiot.
Right back at you.
Please, kind stranger, wait! We are travelers in trouble.
What's the trouble? Pray tell.
We were attacked there, at the old outpost. Those dastardly brigands took all we had. Teach them a lesson, will you? I'll stake my head there's only a few. A dozen at most. They'll likely scatter as soon as they lay eyes on you.
A dozen at most? They're not a man short of an army. This outpost is a tough nut to crack, my friends. I doubt you can take them single-handedly. You'll need my help.
You're blowing everything out of proportion, witch. Don't you listen to her. Sort out those robbers at the old outpost and you'll see how generous I am. With gold, in case I wasn't being plain. And aside from the reward, I'll sing your praises to whoever will listen. Everyone will know who came to my aid.
He's hastening you along because he's in a rush to get his possessions back. He's in a big hurry. I know a ritual to summon mighty eagles. Help me complete the rite, and I'll help you take the outpost without spilling too much blood.
Attack now! It's as simple as that.
We must summon my eagles.
What about... I was carrying goods from Amboss to the biggest heavyweight in these parts, Bludgeon himself. I saw this young sorceress and thought, why not give her a ride? If it weren't for me, she'd have to travel the whole road from Riggern on foot and through the woods. But we had a little mishap at the outpost. How was I to know they're their own men here and owe no allegiance to Bludgeon?
Why do we need these birds?
Robbers and murderers have taken the outpost, and plenty of archers among them as well. If I summon the birds, they'll assist us in the fight. Although, I haven't tried summoning anything yet. But my mentor is Belinda, the most skilled witch in all Ruin. I know all the incantations up and down. Now, how exactly did it go again? At the hour of noon, seek a rattleberry bush and pick its fruit. Take the feather of a wonder bird, lord of all bird kind, and lay it upon the altar, then chant the words of power.
I hope you get it right.
Now help me summon the eagles. We'll punish the brigands together, and I'll reward you afterwards.
Is that the scryer? Here, of all places? strange to see so many undead roaming around in the light of day.
Lying about the undead.
Calm down, Deli. Nobody's chasing us. They're all back at the cemetery. Once Far and Kudlay mend the cart, we'll continue our journey.
Continue with what? Are you going to pull the cart? Because the horse has fled.
Ugh, you've always had a poisoned tongue. Far